Someone who was noticeably missing, besides Blake Lively, was Justin Bieber. Everyone remembers Justin and Selena from years ago, the couple that defined an entire era of young love and heartbreak. Even now, people can't shake the thought that Justin might still have feelings for her, and fans think he may have dropped a few hints about it right around the time Selena was getting ready to marry Benny Blanco. Over the weekend, just as Selena and Benny's wedding was about to happen, Justin posted a strange mix of photos on his page. Among those pictures was a clip of him playing basketball with his song I Do playing in the background, a romantic track he originally wrote about his marriage to Hailey Bieber. He later deleted the post, but not before fans caught it. The timing felt suspicious to many, especially since Selena was about to tie the knot. It didn't help that Hailey has always been open about once looking up to Selena. Fans often said Hailey's early admiration for her felt like she wanted the same life, to be with Justin and to have what Selena once had. And now, seeing Justin acting so mysterious right before Selena's wedding only made people more curious about what he was trying to say without words. Then came the emotional twist. Justin posted a cover of Over My Head, Cable Car by The Fray just 5 days before the wedding. That song isn't just another throwback hit. It's a classic breakup anthem from the 2000s, full of heartbreak, regret, and emotional struggle. The lyrics talk about losing control in a relationship and realizing too late that love is slipping away. When Justin sang it, his voice sounded raw and full of pain, like he wasn't just performing, but reliving something. It didn't take long for fans to start connecting dots. Selena was days away from marrying Benny, and Justin was out here singing one of the saddest songs about lost love. It felt too perfectly timed to be random. The line, "Everyone knows I'm in over my head," hit people especially hard. Was it just a coincidence? Or was Justin trying to send a message to Selena? One last emotional note before she moved on forever. The internet lit up with debates. Some said he was just vibing to an old favorite. Others believed it was a message, that maybe Justin was still struggling to let go. After all, Justin knows how much attention his posts get. He's been in the spotlight long enough to understand that every move he makes gets analyzed. Posting a heartbreak song right before your ex's wedding? That's not something that happens by accident. To many, it felt deliberate. Maybe a subtle goodbye, or maybe an attempt to draw attention back to him just as Selena was about to start her new chapter. Whatever the reason, fans couldn't stop replaying the song and talking about it. The more they listened, the more convinced they became that Justin wasn't just covering a track. He was confessing something he still hadn't said out loud. Then, one day before the wedding, he posted something that took things to another level. A Bible verse. But it wasn't about love, blessings, or peace like people expected. It was about false fantasies. There was no caption or context, just that verse standing on its own. And that was enough to send everyone into a frenzy. The timing made people suspicious. Was Justin trying to send a hidden message? Some fans believed it was personal, maybe a way for him to remind himself not to hold on to an illusion or a love that was gone. Others thought he was addressing his followers, telling them to stop overanalyzing and spreading rumors about him and Selena. But not everyone saw it that way. The more dramatic theories claimed he was throwing shade at Selena and Benny, suggesting their relationship was fake or just for show. And whether that was true or not, Justin had to know how people would interpret it. Posting something so vague with such heavy meaning just hours before your ex's wedding, that's not something people ignore. It almost felt intentional, like he wanted to stir a reaction. That single verse caused an online storm. Was Justin reflecting on his own feelings? Was he being bitter? Or was he calling out the fairy tale image of Selena and Benny's relationship? No one knew for sure, but everyone had an opinion. What should have been a peaceful evening before the wedding turned into a global guessing game about Justin's intentions. And just when the chaos began to settle, he did something even stranger. Justin posted a sweet picture with his son, but instead of a loving caption, he added just one pizza emoji. Nothing else. Instantly, his comments exploded. To most people, it looked harmless. Maybe a playful dad moment or a reference to his kid's favorite food. But online, things rarely stay that simple. Some users started connecting it to the old Pizzagate conspiracy theory, which led to wild speculation. The comment section turned into a mess of confusion and debate, with people trying to find meaning in that one emoji. Was Justin trolling everyone, or was he trying to hint at something? The photo, meant to be innocent, quickly became one of the most talked about posts of the week. Justin didn't explain anything, which only made it worse. The next day, he shared that Bible verse about deceptive fantasy, and many fans thought it was a response to the backlash, like he was telling people to stop creating false stories and reading too much into everything he does. But by then, the rumors had already taken off. That single pizza emoji had turned into a full-blown mystery. Fans, critics, and gossip pages were all dissecting it, trying to make sense of what it meant. Through all of this, Justin stayed quiet. No clarifications, no statements, just silence. And that silence spoke louder than anything else. People couldn't decide whether he was intentionally feeding the mystery or just tired of explaining himself. But one thing became clear. Every time he posts something, the world stops to decode it. Between the emotional song cover, the Bible verse, and the cryptic emoji, Justin had everyone talking again. Whether it was all just bad timing, emotional expression, or a carefully planned series of hints, Fans were convinced that there was more to the story. And while Selena and Benny were preparing to start their new life together, Justin's actions kept pulling everyone back into the past, back to the story of two people who, in the public's eyes, never really got closure. It didn't matter how much time had passed, or how many times he said he'd moved on. Every post, every lyric, every silence seemed to tell another piece of a story people just couldn't let go of. And once again, Justin Bieber found himself at the center of attention. Not for his music, not for his marriage, but for a mystery only he could explain. September 13th has always been a special day for Justin and Hailey Bieber. It's their wedding anniversary, a date that Justin used to celebrate with emotional Instagram posts, heartfelt captions, and pictures showing how much he loved his wife. But in both 2024 and 2025, something changed. There were no photos, no messages, no mention of Hailey at all, just silence. And as always, fans noticed immediately. The lack of posts set off a wave of questions. Was something wrong between them? Were they growing apart? Or was Justin simply distracted by everything happening around Selena Gomez's wedding? Some people even believe Justin is holding back for a reason, that he's saving a major post for September 30th, exactly 3 days after Selena and Benny Blanco's wedding. If that turns out to be true, the timing would say everything without him ever having to explain. Imagine skipping a public anniversary message for your wife, only to post something cryptic right after your ex gets married. Fans say it would send a message louder than words. And that thought alone has everyone waiting to see what he'll do. Right now, people think Justin's silence is part of a pattern. Small, intentional actions that tell a story. Every post, emoji, and quiet pause feels like another clue in a bigger mystery only he understands. To understand why all of this hits so hard, you have to look back to 2018. That year was one of the toughest in Selena Gomez's life. She was dealing with heartbreak, serious health struggles, and overwhelming pressure from fame. The media followed her everywhere, capturing moments when she looked tired, lost, and emotionally drained. Fans who grew up watching her on Disney were heartbroken to see her in such pain. It wasn't just about a breakup. It was about a young woman trying to hold herself together while the world watched her fall apart. She checked into treatment centers, took breaks from the spotlight, and fought to find her balance again. For many fans, 2018 felt like Selena's lowest point, a moment when it seemed like she might never truly recover. But fast forward to 2025, and the transformation is almost unbelievable. Selena has rebuilt her life piece by piece. She's grown stronger, wiser, and far more peaceful than ever before. You can see it in the way she speaks, carries herself, and protects her happiness. She's learned who's loyal, who's not, and what kind of love actually makes her feel safe. That growth led her to Benny Blanco, and their wedding felt like more than a ceremony. It was a symbol of everything she fought through to get here. When Selena walked down the aisle, people said she looked calm and radiant, completely at peace. Guests described the atmosphere as warm and genuine. No drama, no over-the-top display, just two people deeply in love. Her dress was simple and elegant, perfectly reflecting who she's become, someone who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Benny's vows made everyone emotional. He didn't just promise love. He promised to protect her heart, to stand by her side, and to never take her for granted. His words showed that he saw Selena not as a celebrity or an image, but as his true partner. For fans who had watched her struggle in past relationships, it felt like the ending she deserved all along. And here's the emotional twist. Years ago, Justin once called Selena his elegant princess. It was one of the most famous things he ever said about her. But now, in 2025, Selena has become that woman in her own right. She's no longer defined by Justin's words or anyone else's view of her. She's finally living that title. Not because of who she was with, but because of who she's become. For her supporters, it felt like justice. For Selena, it was closure. And for Justin, maybe it was a hard truth to watch unfold. While she was walking into her new beginning with confidence and peace, Justin was making headlines for cryptic posts, emotional songs, and mysterious silences. When you line up the timing, it all looks too connected to ignore. 5 days before Selena's wedding, Justin posted a cover of Over My Head Cable Car by The Fray, a song about losing control and watching someone walk away. A day before the wedding, he posted a Bible verse about deceptive fantasy, which instantly sparked rumors. Around the same time, he shared a photo with his son and captioned it with nothing but a pizza emoji, which blew up into a full-blown conspiracy storm. And then came September 13th, his wedding anniversary, and he said nothing. A day he used to celebrate publicly every year suddenly passed without a trace. And that silence spoke louder than any song or post ever could. Fans now believe he's waiting for the perfect moment, September 30th, to drop something that ties everything together. If that happens, social media will lose its mind. When you put all of these events side by side, the story becomes complicated. Was Justin intentionally leaving clues that linked back to Selena during one of the biggest moments of her life? Or was it all just terrible timing that made him look guilty? The debate is everywhere. Fans, podcasts, gossip blogs, everyone has an opinion. Some people are convinced he's still in love with her. Others think he's just misunderstood and his actions are being blown out of proportion. But no matter which side you're on, the one thing no one can deny is that the timing of everything makes it hard to see Selena's wedding as just another celebrity event. It feels like a full circle moment, the closing of one story and the quiet beginning of another. Justin and Selena's lives have always felt strangely connected, even when they're apart. Every post, every lyric, every silence somehow pulls their stories back together. It's like they're moving in opposite directions but still casting shadows in each other's paths. And that's what makes this so fascinating to fans. It's not just gossip. It's watching two people who shared a long, emotional history continue to affect each other's lives without ever saying a word. So now the question everyone is asking: were Justin's cryptic songs and posts subtle shade at Selena and Benny's wedding, or were they just coincidences that looked suspicious because of the timing? Was he quietly expressing regret, or simply misunderstood by the internet once again? Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain: every move he makes gets noticed. The silence, the songs, the emojis, it all becomes part of the story. And as always, people are glued to the screen waiting for what comes next. If there's anything history has shown, it's that when it comes to Justin and Selena, the story never really ends. No matter how much time passes or how many new chapters begin, something always pulls their names back together. And with Selena starting her new life with Benny, fans can't help but wonder if Justin's next move will be another message, or the final goodbye that closes the book for good.